In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a cinematic with 3D text. Just like to say before this montage starts, you need Element 3D, which is a third-party plugin for this tutorial. So once you have your cinematic, mine is quite long, and it's got nothing going on in it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keyframe it, so Ctrl-Alt-T to time remap, go to the beginning, click the keyframe, go to the end of the clip, click the keyframe, and then when I want the clip to end, I'm going to drag this end one that I've just added. I can drag it, wherever I drag that to is where the end of the clip will be, and I just have this simple bit here, and because it's been time remapped, when I try and add a camera tracker onto it, you're going to get an error. So what you want to do is you want to quickly export your montage, or export the clip. I'm going to export it here, and then reopen it once it's been exported. So import the bit I've just rendered out. So now I've rendered it out, I've re-imported it here, and it's just here. It's the same as the last one. I'm just going to trim the black bit off the end. So they're identical, but the difference is, with this one, I'm able to add the camera tracker onto it. So what you want to do is with your clip, drag the camera tracker onto the cinematic, and you wait for it to load. It takes a while. In the top left you see the percentage of how many frames it's got to go through. So once it's done, if we just let it finish, you should see lots of dots on your screen. What you want to do is you want to choose an area where you want your text to be. It's just a rough, it's not like set in stone, so wherever you put it, it doesn't have to stay there. So I'm going to just click here, and I'm going to create a null and camera. So now my null and camera has been created. I'll go right down here, right click down here, new, solid. Solid, here it is. And you want to make sure it's black. I'm going to name this element 3D, because this is what you're going to click and drag the element 3D onto. So what you want to do from here is search up element and click and drag it onto your element solid object. From here you want to create a new text layer, and to do this you do Ctrl-T on your keyboard and then click and drag, and then you type. So for mine, I'm going to set mine to use code guilty goat. Going to make the color default so it's not confusing, and the font I've chosen is Burbank Big Condense, which is the Fortnite font. I'm just going to make it larger. So now what I want to do is, if you click on the element layer and you click on custom layer and you click on custom texts and masks, on path 1 where it says none, you want to select the text, what your text says. So mine says use code guilty goat, so if I click on that, it's set there. And the same thing, if I just minimize that back down, click on custom texture maps, you click on layer 1, none, you set that to the name of the video. So my cinematics tutorial, so I just click tutorial there and then reclose that. So once you've done that, you want to click scene setup and click extrude, and your text should appear. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go side angle so I can see the width of it. If I go to bevel scale, I'm just going to adjust the bevel scale to something I like. I like bevel scale of 4. You can use what I've used, or you can use anything you like. After here, if you click on the drop down menu on extrusion model, click on bevel 1, and if you scroll down where it says basic settings, diffuse color, you choose a color. I'm going to go with probably a blue like that. Copy the code as well, copy the color code, because you want to paste it into the reflectivity color as well, and also turn the intensity up to 100, and now it'll be the bright color of your choice, and you want to click OK. Once you've done this, you want to hide the text layer, like this one here, the white one, to hide it so it's no longer visible. And then you want to click on element 3D, you want to click on group 1, particle replicator, and this is the position. So what you want to do is you want to click on your track null 1 and press P on your keyboard, and it shows up the position. And then if you reselect that, your element 3D layer, you can see, so you want to copy, this is the X coordinate, so you copy the X coordinate from the track null onto position 1, the Y coordinate into this one here, and the Z coordinate you copy into this one here. And now your text should be where you put it. It's very small, but that we can change that. So to change this, what we want to do is you want to go to particle look and adjust the particle's size. So I'm just going to make that larger. Now that you don't need this track null anymore, you can delete that. And what you want to do now is in element 3D, you can just fiddle with these to work out where you want your layer to go. So I want it here, and I want it to go back a lot. And to give a real idea of perspective, you can watch the video to see how your camera moves, your layer moves within the environment. So I've now fiddled around with the positioning of the text, and I'm happy with this outcome. So next what you want to do is if you go to particle look and click on multi-object, tick the multi-object box, and then if you locate this rotation here, the bottom of the first rotation area, so if you click the drop down on rotation, it's the bottom one. What you want to do is if you go to the very beginning of where the text is, and then you keyframe the rotation, set it to 60, it should go all weird like this, and then you go to the end and set it to 0. Throughout the video, the text will move into shape and it gives a nice effect. However, if the text is on top of each other like this, what you can do is if you unhide your text layer from earlier, using this slider here, the bottom right, if you drag it along, it will add a larger space between each of the letters. So now it looks like that. If I rehide that there and watch it back, this is what it looks like. After this, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom and click on render settings, and you click on lighting, if you change add lighting to anything of your choice here, because I've gone for a blue text, I'm going to click either spot blue or clean blue. I mean, it's all just having a fiddle here. I'm pretty sure cinema and dramatic's a good one. I'm going to choose dramatic just because I like the look of it. It adds different shades onto the text, and then click additional lighting and set the brightness multiplier to 150. And then if I click on ambient occlusion, enable an ambient occlusion, the right hand side one, and set this one to 32 and this one to 16, and then scroll down even further on output here. If you just set the analysis sampling, where is it? Here. If you set that to 5, now you could be done, but I'm going to add some color correction. So if I add an adjustment layer and add sharpen onto the adjustment layer, make sure the adjustment layer is the highest, the top one. Set the sharpen to 10, and then I'm also going to add some CC toner. Add CC toner. The midtones I normally make grey and set it to 50. So this is what it looked like before, and this is what I've set it to. So it's got more grey, less colours. And on top of that, I have a plugin called Magic Bullet Looks, which I'm not going to show in this tutorial. I've just added Magic Bullet Looks on top of the other colour correction. So this is what you'll have, and if you have Magic Bullet Looks, you can always fiddle around. But I've just added a few settings myself to give it that final look. Now on top of this, I'm going to add another adjustment layer. This is the last one. Put it on the very top, and I'm just going to add onto this top adjustment layer motion tile, where I'm just going to set the height to 80. So now it's giving it black borders on the top and bottom. Now you don't have to do this, and without it will look like this, but I think when you add it, it adds a lot.